That is Ryan Thompson, Black Hill State head coach, 5th year. All he's done is gone 104-40. Wisconsin native, and he would love a crack at a national championship game. Starting lineups on top, the Yellow Jackets. We talked about Ragsdale and Scott, but Sindhu Cisse is a key in how he handles the basketball in this ball game. That's because Ben Howlett's Hilltoppers will really, really pressure you, and they get out and run with turnovers. Let's go down to the floor and get going with A.J. Ross. Hi, A.J.
Hey there, Rich. Both Ryan Thompson and Ben Howlett agreed this matchup is going to come down to who can dictate tempo. Howlett described his Hilltopper style of play as up-tempo, non-rhythmic, and chaotic at times. Thompson says his Yellow Jackets are playing defense at a really high level right now, and they're coming into this matchup with the right mindset. Now, neither of these teams have played each other before, but they have intensely studied one another, and both coaches also agree the winner of this game will have to stay true to the style of play that got them here.
I don't know about you, Rich, but to me, chaotic is a good thing.
Yeah, should be fun to watch. Keys to the game are brought to you by Ace.
Ball security, they got to make sure they're not turning it over 19, 20 times. Scott and Ragsdale both have to have big games. And for West Liberty, get the pressure going, force those turnovers. And what you will see in this game is 5 guys substituted at the same time several times during the course of the game.
Away we go. First possession, West Liberty, the Hilltoppers. And that's Butler who comes up the screen. Kennedy around that screen, and he misses in the lane. Cisse has the rebound, and he can scoop.
Cisse was hurt several times during the course of the year, and he didn't play all of their games. Here he is on the offensive glass, almost goes in. The reason he's such an important player in this game is because he's got to handle the basketball against full court pressure. We're going to see full court pressure on made baskets, on missed baskets, on sideline out of bounds plays all the time. Trapping, recovering, and it is really going to be very, very tough on him. So he's got to handle the ball well in this game.
Well, he is tough because he's been hurt the entire year. Shoulder, he's had some knee issues as well. And he's got one more free throw here to try to give Black Hills this 2-0 lead to start the national semifinal. Misses the second. West Liberty doesn't take him long to get up the floor and get it into Butler's hand.
Nice ball movement, quick decision making on the part of all of these players. Solid defense right here.
Great matchup, Scott against Butler. And Butler gets in and scores.
Full court pressure. Watch face guarding by the guards. It's tough to get in. Then they're going to trap you immediately, and then they come from behind and try to tap the ball just like that.
They turn you over at a tune of 19 a game. That's an enormous number. McKinney.
The only team that does better is Nova Southeastern, who we're going to see later on. They turned people over 23.
Nice back cut and the find. Montague from Butler.
Full court pressure. Butler is guarding the inbounder. He will go and trap the first pass, and then he has to sprint 94 feet. You got to be in shape to play like this.
They come at you quickly.
Handling the ball, getting it past the 10-second line is the first thing.
Turnover number 2.
And then executing once you get it there is the other thing. Very demanding physically.
And very much like AJ described, chaos. Straight to the bucket, Kennedy again. And a timeout. You want up?
Quick start from the guys from West Virginia. Full court pressure. Butler, best player on the floor for them. Nice one-on-one move against an All-American. And right here, the dish. Very, very unselfish. He could have taken that shot. Back cut. That is beautiful basketball. And don't take your eyes off too much because there is action the whole time here.
Let's see if Ryan Thompson can settle down his team. 2 turnovers that turned into 4 points, and it's 6-1 West Liberty.
They tried to force the ball into Scott on the last possession, and weak side help came. This is intense ball pressure the entire time.
Ragsdale, step back three. That's the equalizer.
No doubt. 25 2 nights ago. He carried them in the first half. He's a transfer from Western Colorado where he had 1,300 points.
Butler. Scott altered the shot. Butler crashed into an official. Black Hills State, if they have a chance, they would like to run. And Scott misses one in tight.
He fade away right there. Sarson challenged the shot beautifully, number 24. Boy, they're going to him. I'll tell you, this is a tough matchup right here.
Yeah, Scott is strong, and he's bigger than Butler as well. He's at 6'5". Scott's listed at 6'7".
Cisse with the ball. Now you got to penetrate here and make something happen.
How about a three? Alec West with the miss. Kennedy kicked back. Now Butler will shoot threes. He's made 48 of them, 43% from distance. That's his first, and he hammers that home.
Can you say ready to play? My goodness. 780-something points this year. Leading scorer in the nation in terms of number of points. There's a few guys ahead of him in points per game, but he's played more games, obviously. You know, they're... Whoa.
Cisse goes down.
Here come the 5 subs, Rich.
It's like hockey. Over the boards you come.
I'll tell you where this originated. Dean Smith, in terms of college basketball, a high school coach might have been doing it. But he would put in 5 guys. He called it the blue team. And right here, they come in with the 5 because they keep incessant pressure. And believe me, these guys can play. Number 10, Spatafora, on the right-hand side of your screen there, is one of the fastest guys I've ever seen. He can really, really motor. And when he gets in there, he's going to push the pace offensively.
9-4 is the score. Off that foul, the officials are going to look.
Possible flagrant. Yeah.
Well, let's look for the contact. We'll take a timeout. First look for us. I think your wording should be added to the interpretation of flagrant 1 and flagrant 2. Ill intent. There was no ill intent, so it's a flagrant 1. And Cisse misses another free throw. Black Hills State going to have to tighten things up. Little things will matter against a team that can put 100 on you.
Yeah, and I don't think they're going to get 100 in this game because Black Hills is a team that can handle things pretty well.
West Liberty, the Hilltoppers. For more on them, here's A.J. Ross.
Well, Rich, as was noted, this second wave, as they're called, that just came onto the floor, I asked Ben Hallett about this group, and he said their depth is crucial, and the way that they've improved throughout the year has been dramatic. It's really fun to watch them because they know their role is to come in with energy, and they challenge themselves to maintain that for the duration that they're on the floor. The intensity level increases when this 5 is on the floor, guys.
Yeah, A.J., with the tempo they play, they need those 5 guys. Cisse, late clock, finds Scott underneath, or rather, McKinney, it's tipped, and it's going to be a shot clock violation.
Scott is 0 for 3 so far on the interior, and that's not good news for his team. Right here, he gets in a crowd and just kind of throws it up there.
So this new 5, their first possession for West Liberty.
I like Cicerex in the game, number 3 in black. 6'9" and very skillful. How about that one?
Hines for 3.
See, if you're a normal substitute in a regular game, you're not going to shoot that, right? Because you're going to say, hey, I don't want coach to take me out by jacking this 3. This is not that. This, they go for it full speed ahead.
He's not going to take all 5 out, right? Strong drive there. Jaden Hackley for Black Hills State.
Yeah, nice play by Hackley. He knows what to do against the press. You can't just get it up and set up. You got to attack the basket when you get through it.
That's an offensive foul.
Here's how you attack the press. You get the ball into the middle of the floor, and when you get it there, you motor. And when you motor, you got to make a decision at the free throw line, whether you're going to shoot it, take it, or pull it back out. Decision-making simultaneously with moving is what you have to do. And that's 2 point guards in the game right now.
And that's impressive that Black Hills State, when they do have the break, they're going as fast as they can.
2 in a row.
Ackley.
Nice play.
Ackley's a freshman. He's another Colorado kid, Colorado Springs. They've got 4 of them on this Black Hill State team.
I love this kid, 10 Spatafor. He played great the other night. Put the ball on the floor just like that. Created just like that.
That's a little left-handed hook by Finley Woodward. Misses. And again, Black Hill State off the rebound. They're pushing tempo. Scott.
Can you say would have been 3 in a row?
Ackley's going to get free throws. When you go back to 2009-2010 season, West Liberty has had just an incredible run. Of course, Jim Crutchfield, who's coaching Nova Southeastern, we'll see him tonight.
Undefeated.
And his point guard was Ben Howlett. Howlett has taken over as the head coach. In 6 years, he's kept them rolling.
Howlett, when he played, scored 1,600 points when he was a player. And he is one intense dude, I can tell you that.
And as frenetic as this sounds, and AJ touched on it early, you know, Ben Howlett, when he talks about his team, he says, when the game gets crazy, we get better. How many coaches have that? I don't remember that in John Wooden's pyramid of success.
They want to cause havoc. There's no doubt about that, and they do it very, very well.
Ackley with a couple free throws. Brings it back to a 1-point West Liberty.
This matchup right here with Scott guarding buckets is a really, really interesting one. He's liable to get in foul trouble.
McKinney misses a driving layup. Hoku Fisher with the rebound. And this second unit for Black Hill State is handling the pressure quite well.
Well, they've got 2 or 3 guards in the game right now, and Scott can handle a ball, and that's okay. Frequent substitutions right here by both coaches, and we got a pretty even game going on.
Christian Montague, one of the starters for West Liberty, picks up his 2nd personal foul. That's going to be an offensive foul on a creative sideline out of bounds.
I think that's on Hearn. He just plowed right into his man.
Hearn's first personal.
Just to start the game, Butler touched it every single time in the paint. Now he's handling the ball out front as their initiator, but he's going to get it back right here.
Butler going to the bucket and gets the hoop and a foul. He got popped on the head, and he has a chance to get it to a 4-point lead.
He shoots almost 60% from the field as an all-around player. That's good hands and power going to the basket right there. He's got 126 assists and 63 turnovers. He plays all over the place. He has 781 points coming into this game.
And he misses a free throw. He's a 67% free throw shooter. Off the miss. The Yellow Jackets again pushing tempo. Hearn with a left hand missed it. And here comes West Liberty.
Nice push here.
McKinney in a cross-court pass off the hands of Kennedy.
So far, Black Hills is attacking the rim when they get through the press, but they're not converting every single time. And they've got to make sure that they don't get frustrated with those misses.
Now, you saw Scott with his hands on his knees there. The other question mark for Black Hill State, you know they're in great shape, but at this tempo, they're pushing it as much as West Liberty. And they don't have the line change of 5 fresh guys coming in.
You know what you have to do in order to play for these teams, both Black Hills and Nova? You have to do a drill where you deny the inbounds pass at full court for 10 seconds, sprint down, and then deny at the other end for 10 seconds. Most guys would drop dead after they had to do that 3 or 4 times.
Scott's going to pick up a foul on Butler. First personal on Scott. Black Hills State, Spearfish, South Dakota, member of the Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference. You know, this is a team that didn't win their conference tournament. They don't come in here with a gigantic winning streak. They've had to do it kind of the hard way, Bob, to get to the semifinal.
They're a team that is believing in themselves right now.
Butler a miss, cleaned up, and it's McKinney, and a shot at a 3-point play.
There are a lot of players on the floor right now, 3 of them that are barely 6 feet tall. for West Liberty. And yet they get in there and get on the offensive glass. They are a very, very aggressive team. I'm anxious to watch the press situation right here. Full court press, guy guarding the inbounder. Notice the other players out there. They're face guarding their men so they can really have a difficult time getting the first pass inbounds.
That's a held ball, and the arrow's going to stay with Black Hills.
Watch the full court pressure. The trap in the corner. The other two guys are guarded. There's nowhere to throw the ball, and hence that kind of play is going to happen.
Substitute coming in for Black Hills State. Jaden Hackley, who's had a good start off the bench.
Now they change their press. Nobody's guarding the inbound passer. The other guys are playing 5-on-4 inbounds. They make you do different things. It's not the same every single time.
Riker Cicerik in the ball game. This is P.J. Hayes, a good shooter. Cicerik takes the three and just missed it. He's a 52% three-point shooter.
The problem for Black Hills right now is their two best players, Scott and Ragsdale, have gotten 0 points. They're not getting good touches. They are out of sync. They're out of rhythm. And this is because of the great defense that we're seeing.
Butler already has 7 points. Of course, the leading scorer for West Liberty.
Hackley off the bench, number 2 with the ball, has really been a positive so far in this game.
Boy, it's go time in the half court. And Cisse with the left hand.
He's got to do more of that. And he's capable. His numbers don't dictate really how good he is. He's 8 points a game, but really he was hurt earlier in the year. He only played 25 games. He is better than his dictate.
Montague missed the three, then missed the left hand off the glass. And Black Hills trailing by 4.
I like Hackley handling the ball and Cisse off the ball. Cisse off the ball where he can score a little bit better. If he's got to handle, pass, distribute, and score, it's going to be rough.
They'd like to get Ragsdale going. He hit an early three. Cisse right now, that one is not only blocked, but thumped. That was Ben Sarson. Trail 3, Sarson, and he missed it.
He deserved that 3 after that terrific block he just made.
You earn your threes sometimes.
Limiting Joel Scott, the star player for Black Hills. He's 0 for 3 in 7 minutes. And Matthew Ragsdale, their second best player, has only taken 1 shot and made it. So their defense has been dictating the entire situation right here. Again, a lot of small players, 6 foot, 6'1", full court pressure, make it difficult to get the ball up the floor. Then when you get the ball up the floor, trap just like that, rotate around, be hustling.
Good rotation there.
This is fun to watch. But look at how small the players are in the white jerseys right here.
Cisse, Scott, and fouled, and he scores.
That was great patience that time by Black Hills. They ran the ball. 5 guys touched it. They move it side to side and finally get it to their best player. Right here, he slips the screen, and they both go to the ball, and, of course, he's wide open. 73% shooter from the free throw line. This guy is a winner. Won the state high school championship in Colorado with Ragsdale as his teammate, and now they want to win a national championship. Pretty amazing.
Alec West with that foul for West Liberty. It's his second personal. Zach Rasil, a terrific shooter, is on the floor right now for West Liberty. That's him.
He will knock him in.
And trying to force the action, falls out of bounds, and it will stay with West Liberty. West Liberty, the Hilltoppers, they are in West Virginia. They're close to Pittsburgh. It's the oldest university or college in West Virginia. 1837, Bob Wenzel's, when they opened their doors.
You weren't born yet, were you?
No. Neither was basketball. Hines hits another 3 for West Liberty.
How about that?
And the full court pressure follows the made 3. Numbers that they wanted.
Hines playing basket protection, and he's got to run out. That's way late on that 3.
That's a shooter, Bob Wenzel. That's P.J. Hayes.
No conscience. Love the way this game is being played. Solid, good coaching both ends. Nice isolation here.
Hines fouled. Hayes got him.
Hines really doing a good job. Now take a look at this. Ball movement, knocks it in from 3. Closeout was a little late, and then a 3 at the other end as well. Guys are starting, Rich, to warm up.
Hines, who's got 6, makes the free throw. Ryan Thompson,
18-11 first year, 20-9 second year, 11-7, and then 26-8, and now 29-5. That is progress.
And last year, they got to the semifinals and lost to the eventual national champion Northwest Missouri State. A lot of people lost to Northwest Missouri State over the last 3 years.
That's right. Their AD was kind enough to come up and talk to us beforehand, and he said, well, we lost, but they deserved it.
Little high-low with Scott.
Don't give that up, Scott. You can overpower right there.
Hackley, that's a deep 3, and Scott is going to pick up his 2nd personal foul.
It's a little bit of trouble right here. Usually coaches take their guy out with 2, and he is going to be coming out. See, right here he has an advantage. He can just turn around and shoot over the guy guarding him. Now they get a clean 3 out of it, and he's frustrated here going after the ball. So he's going to have to sit for the rest of the half. Mark that down. 9:30 on the clock. Scott goes out in the first half with 2.
He's a big who can handle the ball and obviously score from a lot of spots on the floor. Bryce Butler. Buckets. Another one. 9 in the ball game.
Alec West, 23, right here, running in front of us, is a terrific guard. See how he got his hand on that ball right there? That is the way they play. Ball goes over your head. You're at 94 feet. They throw it over your head. You sprint to the other end. Try to tip the ball out.
Foul trouble, couple with 2. Both starters. Hearn averages 6 a game. But, of course, Scott is 23 a game.
Cisse wants this. Watch him back in and turn around. This is Villanova basketball right there. That's a Jay Wright play. Get your guard to go into the paint and shoot turnaround jumper. Oh,
wow. McKinney, violent collision with Cisse, but that, I believe, was before the foul was called. Or actually after the foul was called. I think the original foul is right there. The reach by Hackley.
That is a hard fall right there.
Malik McKinley,
McKinney, yeah, he averages 12 a game, and he's all over the place. Senior from Bowie, Maryland. A couple of guys from Bowie on this team. Kennedy is from there as well. Nice basketball area just outside Washington, D.C.
And McKinney, who hits the free throw. The rumor is that he does the best impression of Coach Howlett.
Love that. Love that. Players tend to do that, and I hate to tell you how they imitated me when I was coaching.
Just going to go there. This is a big lead, and it feels like with Scott on the bench, it could be a tipping point.
Look at McKinney. Look at McKinney move his feet, Rich. And now the double. Clean shot.
Fisher
make it.
Missed it. Boy, look at Hackley really playing hard. He found the open 3, then got the rebound, and then missed the shot.
I like West with the ball. He makes things happen.
Hines is having a really nice first half. Biggest lead of the game by 10 now for West Liberty. Hackley, leg to the floor.
But see how they come back right away? They don't cry about the guy that got the layup. They get the ball in quickly and rush it down the floor.
McKinney.
4 guys ready to come in on the sideline for West Liberty. This is strenuous, I'll tell you, man. Guys are breathing hard in the white uniforms right here. There's a price to pay for being up 10, being up 8.
Good drive, but no finish from Hoku Fisher.
Yeah, you got to make that, right?
West into the lane.
Look at that pass.
Woodward, size advantage, and a bucket.
6'7" on 6'3".
The Brit.
Finley Woodward, yeah, from England.
Boy, a clean look for P.J. Hayes, and he missed it. Look at the scoring run right now, a 10-2 run. That's a 3.
Pace of play is in favor of the guys in the white uniforms. I can tell you that right now. It's a cumulative effect that they're running right now. It's not one possession. It's as the team, it gets wearing down is what happens.
And they have another squadron of players waiting at the table. Cisse in, fouled, free throws. 10-point lead for West Liberty.
Matchup challenges does that present for you, and who else are you looking to step up and score?
Well, I mean, he's our guy, and so it makes it difficult. We're going to go with him with 2 fouls. He's an experienced, smart player. I trust that he's going to be able to play without picking up another one.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Thank you, AJ. Good information there. He's coming back in.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. If it's a regular season game, you know, you leave him on the bench, and it's this game, that game, the other game. This is the semifinals, okay? They got a chance to go to the finals, so you got to risk it with his. And I get what his reasoning is there. It makes sense, and he outlined that Scott is a player who's a smart guy, but he's got to be careful around the goal. He can't be trying to block shots at all. And I would not let him guard Bryce Butler at all. Here's a star comparison. Obviously, Butler's playing much, much better, more opportunities, more efficiency, and he's really, really been good in this game, as he usually is.
Cisse again misses a free throw. He's 3 of 6 right now. He's got 5 in the ball game. And West Liberty with the ball in a 9-point lead, and some fresh legs out on the floor as well.
You see Cisse now is guarding Butler. Scott is guarding Sarson, which is a very, very smart thing to do.
Kennedy, the graduate senior out of Bowie, Maryland. He's got 4. Let's see if they can get the ball to Scott on the blocks. He's got Butler guarding him.
Fake screen or real screen? Fake screen. There you go.
Turnover.
Yeah, and the pass was way too low. Nice pressure on the passer. It was a really, really good play. He slips the screen, and the pass is right at his feet. There's no way he could catch that. And then right at the other end, Kennedy using the glass to soften the shot beautifully. They go to the basket hard. There's no doubt about that, and they are not allergic to the three-point shot.
Butler off the screen, missed it. You saw those turnovers, 5 of them for Black Hills.
Ragsdale made a nice fake pass. You know, if you fake pass one way, get the defense to move that way, get it back the other direction, you can get Scott on a slide.
Scott now backing in, got in tight. Ciceric, and had his shot blocked.
I don't get that. Scott should have shot that ball. He's too close to his teammate to really make that play.
And out of bounds. That's a turnover for West Liberty. Only their 3rd. If you're just joining us, this is a national semifinal. We're in Evansville, Indiana. NCAA Division II, a ticket to the national championship game Saturday, which is on CBS. And these two schools familiar with the Elite 8.
Look at this D.
Woo. Scott finally gets it down low, and he's fouled, and he scores.
Now that is typical of what his game normally looks like. But early in this game, he was 0 for 3. They went to him right away, and he didn't power the ball to the basket. He got a little shy after that. Then he got the foul trouble, so he's back now. Coach Thompson taking a chance on him not getting his 3rd. Right here, ball fake, pump fake. That's the way you're supposed to do it.
You talked about fatigue for West Liberty and the tempo that they play with. What about Black Hill State and their fatigue level, having to continually run up and down the floor with this Hilltopper team?
Oh, yeah. I mean, it works for both teams. But the team that's pressing, the ball goes over your head a lot. And those guys have to run harder. So you work harder when you're the pressing team.
Kennedy got the 3. He's got 7.
Can you say Bowie, Maryland, we love you?
How about a steal? And a Butler 3, but he's out of bounds. And that'll go as a turnover and then another turnover.
He doesn't make many mental mistakes, I'll tell you that. This guy's a player. And that is a demanding coach in your picture right there.
And he played and thrived in this system, playing for Jim Crutchfield, who's now the head coach at Nova Southeastern. So he knows what it takes.
Yep. 1,600-point scorer in college. Pretty good. See the guys have to come running now.
Good ball handling by Fisher. Let's see if they can get the ball to Scott in the blocks. Cicerik. That's Scott on the blocks in the bucket.
Butler was smart there. He did not get a foul. That could have been a situation where he went for it and didn't. Now what's happening is Scott is more involved in the game. This is what they typically look like, and that's a nice pass by Cicerik. Go straight up so you don't get the foul called on you. This is solid D. Scott has really been energized since he's come back in. I think maybe he was wondering whether he was going to play with the 2 fouls, and his coach said, hey, I trust you, man. Get out there.
Chaz Hines is back in for West Liberty. He's had a really nice game, 10 points. He's got 2 fouls, and he's on the floor as well for the Hilltoppers.
Yeah, he's made a couple of threes and also drives. Look at this.
That's Butler.
Wow.
And 1.
This is a terrific athlete. He is so strong, knows how to play, moves well. Watch this roll right there. In between 3 guys, goes hard. That's what you want.
The most thrilling tournament
right now, and he's going to the free throw line. He's also got 3 assists. There's a reason this guy is an All-American. He's also an academic All-American, which is not like the GPA that you had or I had. But I'll tell you, you were talking about how the defensive team gets stressed and worn out, and the offensive team does too. But you know who else does? The officials.
That's right.
These guys have to run hard when they get this assignment.
Second effort from Scott.
Nice.
3rd effort from Scott. A 3 from Hayes, and he missed it. They're going to need to start knocking down some of these shots.
Well, Ragsdale has been absent from the action here. He's only taken 1 shot in this game, hasn't gotten opportunities because of the kind of defense that's being played.
Butler around the bends. Hayes fouled him, and he'll get to the line.
He can explode, man, when he goes around people. First team academic All-American, just like you, Rich.
Well, look, he's got a double major, and we asked him what do you want to do. He wants to coach. But first he wants to play, professionally somewhere, maybe overseas.
He knows where the money is.
Well, that's the whole marketing double major. He's got a dozen in this ball game, and the lead is 12 right now.
Very, very explosive athlete. Very focused player. The coach talks about him in glowing terms as far as what kind of human being he is, and leader, and the whole ball of wax.
Kennedy misses the 3. Ragsdale with the rebound.
But look at this. Full court pressure. Usually the team's running back after a situation like that. Push it forward. Ragsdale's got to shoot this.
He hasn't really touched the ball much at all. Hackley. His jumper.
Notice how they look to pass the ball up the floor as much as possible from the back court to the front court. Passes, you can pass the ball faster than you can run.
McKinney.
I love him.
Russil. Zach Russil.
He's got some quickness, too. I think you press like this, you get quicker. You get more physically developed as well.
First bucket for Russil, and the lead is ballooned to 14.
They're trying to backdoor and then post. This is a good move right here. He should shoot this.
Cisse can finish with both hands. Kicks. Hackley misses. And it's going to stay with Black Hills.
Going to the basket. This is one of those guys who platoons and comes in, and he's got quickness and ability, and he's got a little hang time going for a guy who's maybe 6'1".
He also has the record for scoring all time in the state of Ohio. So he can put it in the hoop.
He's wanting it.
This is him. That's a three. It was right on line, just long.
Hines in the game with 2 fouls guarding Scott.
Hayes, and finally he gets a three to drop, and that's important for Black Hills. He's got 6 of the game. Kennedy, corner, Rasil, three.
That is knowing your personnel. Kennedy had a layup. Instead, he dished across to his team.
Black Hills obviously didn't read the game notes because Rasil, in the state of Ohio, has the all-time record for three-point shots made in high school. He hit 485 threes in his high school career.
He must have been playing when he was a freshman on the varsity. How about this?
That is a turnover, and it's going back to Black Hills. No. Officials confer, and it stays with West Liberty.
Right here. That should be
Black Hills ball.
Yeah, absolutely. He's feeling it.
Rasil is. Woodward.
Whew. They're heating up now. You know, their defense is their signature, but they really, really score well, too. And they can shoot, and everybody has the green light.
They are over 50% from the field, and Black Hills is not. They're just 10 of 30 from the field and 3 of 10 from distance. That has to improve if they're going to stay with this team at this tempo. Ragsdale spinning and missed it. Follows Cicerik.
Cicerik is 6'9", played great the other day as well. They need him now.
Final seconds, first half, first semifinal, NCAA Division II Men's Elite 8. A ticket to the championship game. Kennedy against Hackley. McKinney, good ball fake, great left hand.
That was some quickness. Malik, let me see you do that again, brother. Ball fake, drive between 3 guys, spin.
Yellow Jackets have to score at a higher clip to limit these West Liberty transition points. He also said they have to be more efficient breaking the press and limiting turnovers. You cannot have turnovers against this team. And in particular, Matthew Ragsdale, they have to find him in the flow of their offense. That's going to be a key in the second half, guys.
All right, thank you, AJ. One thing went right for them in the first half. Remember, their leading scorer, Joel Scott, got 2 fouls early. He brought him back in. He did not pick up a third.
And he got 2 more baskets at that time and a free throw. So optimism at half is what you want when you're trailing. Don't get too technical. Just get to play hard.
Bryce Butler against Scott. Scott with the rebound.
Breakout.
And the outlet. And Cisse with the follow. Cisse's got 7 in the ball game.
Hearn made that shot more difficult. He should have gone straight to the basket. I like the energy right away for Black Hills.
Steve Kennedy had a nice first half, and he finds Sarson on a cut and a foul inside. That's going to be on Kalen Hearn, and that's his third.
Black Hills, good defensive possession right here in the run out. This should have been a layup. He made this harder, but fortunately Cisse was running the floor as well. They need a little bit more of that. Sarson on the free throw line, 83% on the year. Announcer's curse.
There's Hearn with his 3 fouls. But as you pointed out,
that's not an issue, really. I mean, they got a lot of depth.
And as you pointed out, look, you're not going to save him for anything. This is a national semifinal game.
Right.
Ragsdale open for the 3, and that's the guy that could probably shoot them back in it.
Welcome to the game, Matthew. It's about time. Only got 2 shots. He should be hunting his shot.
Yeah.
Look at how athletic he is here on McKinney. McKinney is extremely quick.
And a missed shot there. Black Hills.
Matthew was practically invisible in the first half as he goes right by our position here. He can score. He's a terrific, terrific player.
Cisse slipped. Shot was blocked. That was McKinney.
How about him bringing the ball up the floor here?
Montague. Oh, deep 3. Christian Montague out of Dayton, Ohio.
44% from deep on the year. That is outstanding. Anytime you're in the 40s from 3, that's great.
Hearn.
We're getting some decisiveness right here.
That's a block. In the circle, Butler, the secondary defender.
Take a look at this 3. Ball fake. Lines it up. Look at the rotation on that ball. That is perfect. And the follow through, very, very nice. That's cause for celebration.
Butler's foul is his second. Something to watch. So Butler's got 2. Scott's got 2. Scott's got 2 free throws coming up.
Well, that's where he's at his best, Rich, and close to the basket is his game. Early in this game, he brought the ball down too low by his knees instead of keeping it up. And, you know, he's so strong. He can go up and get to the free throw line a bunch. Missed some free throws in the first half. They need every one of them.
His mom a basketball player, his father a football player, both at the Air Force Academy. Mom still a coach. Got 4 brothers, athletic family.
He needs to keep his hand up on this. That's better.
There you go. The shot doctor.
You know it. We've worked on your free throw. It's gotten a lot better over the years.
Yeah, a long way to go still. McKinney.
No switching right here on the screens at the top. Nice handle there.
Oh, man, this kid has really played well. Steve Kennedy.
Man, that was a move. Notice how he cuts the ball off right there, too. Now they switch. He wants to guard guys on the perimeter. He doesn't want to be in the paint trying to guard somebody.
Hayes delivers, and Scott finishes. He's got 10 now, but every time Black Hills gets a bucket and then gets back on defense, West Liberty will answer.
Yeah, but they're playing better in this half. Way better.
That's a bucket again, Kennedy, and could have been a foul. He's got 11.
Nobody in there. There's no center on the team. So there's 5 guys on the perimeter. So when a little guy drives into the paint, nobody's there to block the shot. They get a bunch of layups. And here comes the 5-man substitution, which is characteristic.
This is Ragsdale's foul, the push off there. And Ragsdale now has 2. 3 minutes in, not much has changed here. Black Hills is playing better, but West Liberty is still playing at a very high level.
Yeah, you're right about that. And you know, their offense is just so good. I mean, they're scoring. Notice 5 guys on the perimeter, nobody near the basket, right? Look at that. Nobody near the basket. So when you drive in there, there's no help.
Spadafora kind of runs the show while he's in here. That Spadafora's 3. Hit it. But an offensive foul is going to wipe out the shot.
Wow. Oh, man. That was a heck of a shot by Spadafora. Right here, that's a moving screen, really.
Yeah, that's Rasil, who's a shooter, trying to free up his buddy Spadafora, and he picks up the foul. 15-point lead. West Liberty averages 100 a game.
Ackley played great in the first half, number 2 in black.
Hayes misses the 3, and the 3-point shot right now. 4 of 11 is Black Hills in this ballgame. 6 of 13. Spadafora, why not? The first one got wiped out. Opposite side of the floor. Clean look. Knocks it down.
That's 34 wins, 0 defeats. Full court pressure. Second group is in right now. And you definitely need a scorecard when you're watching this team play, because they have 5 guys who come in who all can play. These guys can be starting at a lot of places. They have high energy when they enter the game.
They're sort of the group of 5 or the gang of 5. They need a nickname, Bob Wenzel.
Yeah.
Because they come in like a hockey line change, and they don't miss a beat.
Let's think up one, okay?
Well, if they win this game at practice tomorrow, we can find out what they call themselves.
AJ probably knows.
Second wave.
Second wave.
Sounds like a boy band.
Yeah, but I want to make up another one.
Cisse driving, and he's bumped on his way in. I think Spadafora may have bumped him. That's a lot of speed between those two.
But see, there's the thing where he should have shot the basketball. I mean, they're getting an inbounds play here, but as the whistle blows, you're in a situation like that. Throw the ball up on the board,
or get it in there. Yeah, nice little soft hook. Jayton Hackley, who had a good start to the game back in the first half.
Yeah, he's only a freshman. He's really done a great job in this game. He's probably the best player on the floor for them.
Hines had the good first half. Hit a couple threes. Hit a couple buckets just like that.
I'll tell you what. He is really a welcome addition. He only plays about 11 minutes a game on the year, but boy, he is productive in this one.
He's got more points than minutes in this one. He's got 12 points in 11 minutes. And that is Scott. The lead is 16 for West Liberty, even after Joel Scott's bucket. He has a dozen. Black Hills needs a lot more. They are trailing right now. Second half, national semifinals, Division II.
All different players doing it. And Spadafora right there makes his, and he had a gigantic smile. That young man in your picture right there, Hines, hasn't missed a shot. He's a backup guy, 6'8". And those are the three-point shots. But Hines is 4 for 4 from the field, 2 of 2 from 3, 2 of 2 from the free throw line, and he's a sub.
1 point from a school record for points in a season. Of course, it is his own record, so he just broke his own record. That's the type of career that Joel Scott has had at Black Hills State. He's got 13 in this game.
North of 2,000 for his career, and leading scorer in the history of the school.
Hines has missed a shot.
Announcer's curse. We had him as not missing any. See, Scott can bring the ball up the floor there as well, but that takes him out of the action around the basket.
Cicerek stripped to the ball in the lane. Nice drop off. Hines, put back, blocked. Cicerek.
Cicerek is 6'9", got some hops also. See, there's no change in style. Even though you're up this many points, you still use the same rotation. You still play aggressively offensively.
Spadafora finding Hines, who makes that one.
They want the trap here. Push it, push it.
Cicerek, difficult catch. What a play by Cisse just to keep the ball alive, and Ragsdale having trouble with the handle. 5 fresh Hilltoppers are waiting at the table. Shot clock is down. Scott turns, blocked. Not a charge. Scott's playing with 2 fouls.
Personal foul.
The roll to the basket, you're facing one way, and all of a sudden somebody steps in. He did not. It's a call on the defense because he didn't give him a place to land. And when you do that, that's going to be a foul on the D.
And the foul's on Alec West, his 3rd personal.
But he was trying, right? I mean, they want to take charges. Everything is action-oriented with their team. And Alec West does a very, very good job with the second group.
So no shot. It's a foul on the floor. 5 new Hilltoppers shuttle in. And this is the starting 5.
Yeah, and you notice how the pat on the back, but that's a good play, even though it's a foul.
Scott draws another foul. Here's the question, Bob Wenzel. if they're getting the ball into Scott's hands, they're getting points right now.
Yep.
But it feels like at this pace and at this tempo and with this deficit, that isn't going to be enough.
No, you get this far behind a team that is a fast-paced team, and you're worn out a little bit too, frankly, physically. And he's got to start making. I mean, his free throws have not been good in this.
CBS Sports celebrates Women's History Month, recognizing the outstanding contributions women and girls have made on and off the field of play. Jim Crutchfield saying, yeah, I recognize this.
That is the coach of Nova Southeastern from Davie, Florida, in South Florida. 13 years at West Liberty, and now he's doing the same thing at Nova Southeastern as he did at West Liberty.
Scott's going to pick up his third personal foul. Bryce Butler will go to the line, and of course Ben Howlett and Ryan Thompson here, both trying to get to the championship game. Cal State San Bernardino is the opponent for Nova Southeastern. We'll have that game after this one. Of course, the championship game on CBS on Saturday here in Evansville. And Buckets has 13 points. That was the point guard for Jim Crutchfield. Well, you know what? In their system, everybody is a point guard or a shooting guard. He only had, what, 1,600 points?
1,600,
in his career. And he took over the program when Jim Crutchfield went to Nova Southeastern. There's your foul trouble. Starting to mount. That's almost an over and back. Cisse kicks. Ragsdale, clean look at a three, and missed it.
You know, the problem for Ragsdale is getting so few shots that there's more pressure on each shot that he takes to make it. When you get in the flow better, you know, then you're not going to make that many mistakes. Your ball's going to go in the basket better. No double here so far.
Yeah, the quarterfinal game, Ragsdale had 25 points. To your point, he's taken just 4 shots in this game.
Not nearly enough. They're double teaming him all the time when he touches it.
Cisse, nice find, and that's Scott.
That's some vision right there, man. Nice play by Cisse. Scott's got 16, even though it seems like he's not impacting the game. He is.
Back cut, bucket. Nicely done. That's Ben Sarson. His first two. Steal. And Scott cleans it up after the Montague miss. Ragsdale stolen by McKinney.
Oh, what defense. This kid's a blur.
Trail three. Montague missed it. No rest for the weary. And on both sides, there's some guys right now really breathing hard. Scott in tight, and he's starting to score with some frequency, but still, they're down by 16 points.
Long time to go. I mean, it's 12 minutes still. The ball moves quickly. West Liberty really, really understands their teammates and who can do what.
Hackley. Scott with the screen.
Montague is sticky defensively.
Ragsdale stumbles. Scott launches. Offside rebound, Cisse. He makes a lot of nice plays. That's a three. That's Hayes.
Credit Cisse with that one. He doesn't get that offensive rebound. They don't get that shot.
Under 12 whistle is coming, and there's a lot of guys waiting for it. Ragsdale with the foul, and there it is. Frenetic pace and a 65-52 West Liberty lead.
You gotta love it. West Liberty, a cut off the high post. Sarson catches, releases. That was an easy one.
Being a champion takes more than talent, more than the perfect pass, more than using your head.
Taken 4 shots in the game, and he's got 6 points, and that's really, really a problem for Black Hills. Ragsdale is, you know, the teammate, high school teammate of Joel Scott. They won the state of Colorado high school championship. They wanted to win a national championship together, but he's really has not been involved in this one at all.
Malik McKinney missed the first, hits the second. 8 points for McKinney. And the lead now is at 14. Black Hills is playing a much better offensive second half than the first. Boy, as Cisse goes down, there is a sheet of ice underneath this floor. This is a beautiful facility, the Ford Center. And they do have hockey here. And I don't know if that it was condensation or just from all the running, the sweat.
I think it's the sweat.
29 seconds to 9.
McKinney reminds me of an NBA player, and I can't put my finger on it, but I mean his quickness and his left hand. I mean he closes out on people, and you can't get by him. I mean, and he's so quick, and he changes direction so well.
Scott muscling in, scores, and he gets a free throw, and that's Hines with the foul. And suddenly it feels like there's some momentum for the Yellow Jackets.
There's no give up in the Black Hills guys right here. Knocking into one another. He fouled him hard right there. It was a late whistle, but an accurate whistle for sure. Got him on the forearm and the elbow. I'll tell you what, he's got 20 in this game already. He averages 22, and he sat out a bunch in the first half, and he missed some free throws. He's a competitor, I'll tell you that.
The lead is down to 11. If they can get it into single digits, your point, we're not even at the 10-minute mark yet. There's a lot of time left.
Butler has been not involved in the offense lately, and he needs to be.
West backing in.
Like it.
And bucket.
Like it a lot. Guards going into the paint and taking turnaround jumpers. That's a Villanova thing. And lots of teams are doing it now. Look at this D. I mean, he can run as fast backwards as most guys can run forward.
Tough to say, isn't it?
ISO.
Scott again.
Got to double him. Got to double him.
Steps through and scores and is fouled. How strong is this guy? 23.
Well, Hines is guarding him now, and he's taken the first bump, and then he goes straight up. And he doesn't need to that's his fourth. He doesn't need to put his hands forward on this. He just needs to go straight up, contest the shot. So he makes this. That's 2 3-point plays the traditional way right away. Take a look at first and second half performance. Outstanding second half.
To get it to 10.
He's bricking some of those free throws. I mean, hitting back rim. Hines doesn't know what's going on here. He doesn't feel like he fouled there. Where does doubt come into the minds of the guys in the white jerseys? They've been way ahead all game long.
Sarson banks one in.
That's a tough shot right there. I don't think doubt ever comes in their mind, frankly. The way they play, it's just full speed ahead. You do the same thing for the entire 40 minutes.
Scott and Ragsdale. This is Fisher, and Fisher hits a clean three, and now it is a 10-point game.
Hoku Fisher, freshman. Very nice.
Butler's fouls from behind Hackley.
And that's where they need to go. I mean, Butler's been out of the offense for quite a few minutes right now, and other guys are taking shots, and, you know, this one's pretty dramatic right there. And right here, you go under the screen, you're going to pay for it. And Fisher knocks that one in.
Rasil, he is a pure shooter.
He really is. Sweet. And he moves very, very well without the ball. Quickness. Comes to a jump stop. Here we go. Trap. Steal. I mean, they don't get the ball on that play, but still, I mean, it just wears you out. It just gets to you mentally when things like that happen. Watch him jump into the passing lane here. Right there. Knocks it out of bounds.
That's a great point, because Black Hills has been playing at this pace and from behind. How much more do they have in the tank? And that's a turnover. 10-second violation.
Well, the reason that happened is the play that right before that, because it frustrated them. It got them out of the rhythm. And then when he got double teamed, he threw it behind the man. You make all kind of mental errors when there's fatigue involved.
10 turnovers. Actually, 11 turnovers for Black Hills State. Rasil kicks. Butler, Lane. Oh, block from behind. Scott got it.
I think Sarson just turned his ankle.
And a floater in the lane. Stephen Kennedy.
Number 24 in white is struggling a little bit here.
Kennedy now with 13 points. Butler's got 14.
Scott is taking control of this game for his team.
He's fouled.
He's getting fouled every single time. He's helping bring the ball up the floor. He's doing everything. And Scott is deserving of his National Player of the Year accolades. I mean, in the first half, he was not a major factor, and he's taken over the second half for them.
A timeout on the floor right now. 74-60, West Liberty. Black Hills trying to, as best they can, to make a run right now. They got within 10. It's 74-60. West Liberty is on top. Here's what's being reviewed. Remember this block? Watch the shot clock. It doesn't hit the rim. It shouldn't be reset. But it is right there to 20. And it's going to lead to a basket. The question is, I don't think they can go back and take that basket away, because you went live ball, dead ball,
right.
Live ball. And now Scott goes to the line.
Well, they're coming over to explain to us.
So forensically, they decided that the shot went off before the shot clock would have expired. Is that what they're saying?
Yes, that's what he said. Well, the continuation of play at this end was Scott getting fouled, and he's at the line trying to get them back into the game, and they're closing strong, and he's playing great.
(74-62). He's got 25.
Butler is on the bench right now getting some rest. Quick outlet right here. You got time.
Cisse. Shot fake. Missed it. Tips.
Oh, man, what a missed opportunity that was. See, that was a fake where he didn't need it. Just go straight up. You're going to get fouled.
Kennedy kicks. Rasil. He's looking to get up a three is what he's looking for. Sarson. Woodward in the lane, in trouble. Missed the shot. The rebound's tipped, and it's going to stay with West Liberty. Scott is down and now being helped up.
West Liberty substitutions to Bryce Butler for Fisher Montague.
The inability to rebound hurting Black Hills in that last possession, which stays with West Liberty, and they've got 20 more seconds on the shot clock.
You know, we're showing the graphic of Scott having 25, and he averages 22 right there, and you wouldn't have thought that. Gets his points quietly, come in bunches. Right now, with Butler back in the game, number 2, this is key. They have made their run while he has not been involved.
McKinney missed it. Scott has the rebound.
That is one strong rebound there.
He's got 11 rebounds. A steal, a bucket. That's a killer. Christian Montague for the Hilltoppers.
And that is trapping the rebounder. And he's blind to what else is going on out there. And it's not his fault, but that is great play.
Hackley draws a foul.
Let's take a look at this, Rich, right here. This is very, very interesting. right here. He gets trapped, and the steal shoots that. And right there, that is alert play right there.
And that's the thing. There are teams in all divisions and all, shapes and sizes, professional leagues that play with tempo. But what these guys combine with their tempo is steals and turnovers and turning those into more tempo and more points.
What happens there is Montague had to make a decision. He was running back on defense, right? But he had to make a decision whether to turn and go back for the steal or go back and help his guys, and he made the right decision.
Butler's fouled. Cisse blocked the shot. And that's Scott, and that's his 4th foul.
Well, you could take him out here for a minute and then get him back in the game, or just trust him the whole way through. I would take him out just to settle him down a little bit and then explain and remind him that he's got to be in the game the whole time.
Coming up next, our 360 crew in the studio. The latest Sweet 16 coverage. They'll break down the day's play on NCAA March Madness 360, presented by Nissan, here on CBS Sports Network.
Well, their coach agrees with the way I'm looking at things here. He's taking Scott out right now. And that is Nova Southeastern waiting to get back in. But I wouldn't leave Scott out long. I mean, it's 6:55 is a lot of time. But, I mean, you're behind a lot. And he's been dominant. So he's got to get back in maybe a minute.
And the hard part for him, he's the guy that's usually guarding Butler in the low blocks. Cisse, good rotation. Hayes at 3. More of that, please, if you're Black Hills State. That's what Ryan Thompson is thinking.
There's been no give up in them at all when they got deep behind, and that's very admirable. Catch that ball. Hayes almost hit your program monitor right there, Rich.
I had good position, Bob. My feet were out of the circle.
You were taking the charge on him, right? I
was ready. Primary defender. You were the secondary defender on that.
Missed free throws can be damaging when you have the lead.
Look at that one lead change. The biggest lead, 18. It's been lopsided from the very start, it feels like.
Look at this quadruple team right here. Wow. And it was on the floor, no shot right here.
I think it was a quadruple foul as well. Everybody got a piece.
Let's take a look. He gets surrounded. 1, 2, 3, 4 guys, 4 black jerseys around him. They all fouled him, but he's only going to get 1 and 1.
And P.J. Hayes gets the foul. It's his 3rd personal. And he's limping. That's a big loss. He's one of their best, if not their best, 3-point weapon.
Yeah, but now Scott is back in the game. He was out less than a minute, and he's back in, which is very, very important.
Butler has not shot free throws well today, and that's a rebounding foul on West Liberty.
Sisorek is in the game instead of Hayes. Now, Sisorek can score inside. He's 6'9", number 3 in black. Hayes is out as a shooter, but they should be stronger defensively and on the boards with Sisorek in the game.
That's going to be Hines, Chaz Hines. 14 points for Hines. He's got 5 fouls, and he is out. But what a game off the bench for that guy, the junior out of Indianapolis.
This guy is key right now. He had 13 against Minnesota Duluth 2 days ago. They are not taking advantage of their free throws opportunities. Only 2 today. But he's 6'9", he can run, and he's a skillful player.
Boy, wow. They are 13 of 23.
Wow.
And just look at the difference on the scoreboard.
Yep.
Still 6 minutes left to play in this national semifinal. Montague, Butler begging for the ball in the blocks.
Nice ball fake.
Lob. Sarson with the catch.
Overpassing.
Bristill, right at the shot clock, missed it. Hackley has the rebound. Yellow Jackets need points. Ragsdale, corner, 3. I think it was partially blocked, and it hit the backboard. And Butler goes down in a heap.
He got hit in the face.
Yeah, he's holding his mouth, and it looks like he's bleeding.
Hit the side of the backboard. He's bleeding.
And a review, you would think, will be coming. Bryce Butler, junior out of the greater Latrobe, Pennsylvania area.
Wow, I did not see this. Wow.
Cisse is getting the foul. Was it his head that hit him?
No.
He hit the floor? Maybe when he hit the floor, they got the nose. It must have been. Let's watch this one more time. And Cisse didn't hit him anywhere up in the head. He goes down.
I didn't see him hit him, did you? Maybe he did hit it when he hit the floor.
Or maybe after the initial contact, maybe his hand flew up.
Well, this is key because he's bleeding pretty profusely here. And he, of course, is the All-American. He's their best player.
It may have been hit earlier in the play.
He's saying, yeah. They're saying, are you all right? That's what everybody says, right, when you get banged. Are you all right? And he's saying, yeah, he's all right. Meanwhile, this needs careful attention.
He is headed to the locker room. His team has an 11-point lead. There's 5.5 minutes left.
Larry's coming over.
Common foul. There was no contact above the shoulders.
No, he's calling it a common foul, no flagrant.
And, you know,
well, this is a big deal.
Ben Hallett's thinking, well, my guy's bleeding out of his nose. How is that not? But when we watched the replay, it didn't. Cisse never hit him above the shoulders.
No, not at all.
So that had to happen before that play because it didn't look like he hit his face on the floor either.
I think you're right because I asked the official, did it happen then? He said he thinks it happened earlier.
The shooter.
So
West Liberty 23.
Ryan Thompson gets to choose from the players that are on the floor to shoot the free throw.
Well, Alec West is 80%.
First free throw, missed it.
This is very interesting right now. 5:34 to go, and Butler is out of the game.
And they go right into Scott. Why not? Lays it up and in.
Yeah. His team was up 11. Now it's 9. Can they win without him in the game?
Boy, 4 minutes left in the first half was the last time it was single digits. And here we are again. 5 minutes. That's McKinney with the left hand.
McKinney just answered a question. He said, we are going to win this game with our star player in the locker room being attended to.
Scott rushes it up the floor. Hayes. Ragsdale's three. No. Cisse fouled to get the rebound. It's his third.
We're going to take a look, see if we can find where Butler was hit. There was a couple of plays left side of the screen right here. He's coming. There you go. That's right. I think that's an elbow by Sarson into his face right there.
It's his own teammate.
Wow, nice camera work, guys. Holy cow.
Sarson goes to the line. He has 4 points. He's 0 of 2 from the line.
They need a bigger player in here because, you know, Scott is dominating, and right now Cicerek is at the table, 6'9". He's going to come into the game, I think, here, and they need him in the game defensively right now.
Well, remember, Hines has fouled out of the game. He's one of the guys that has size. A.J. Ross, you got an update.
I do. I'm standing not too far from where Bryce Butler is, off to the side here, not quite in the locker room. They're trying to stop some of the bleeding that's coming profusely from his nose and cleaning off some of the blood on his uniform. But it appears they're trying to get him back in this game, guys.
Yeah, good reporting there that they would like to have their closer in right now. They've got an 80-68 lead.
Well, here comes Cesarek, number 3. He's coming in. Sarson is going out.
And Sarson out of the game with 4:42 left.
He looks like he's holding his elbow. This guy in the line can win the game for Black Hills. And with that guy out of the game, things are dramatically changed.
Yeah, you can tell they're having trouble stopping that bleeding.
Black Hills made the championship game last year. I mean, they made the semifinals last year.
Butler coming out, but still has that towel pressed firmly up against the nose.
A nosebleed is hard to stop, and he can't play with that thing.
It's something on the floor.
Running.
The official stops play.
He's pointing to the floor, but nobody's coming out there to clean it up, whatever it is.
This was the spot.
About the spot where he was hit by Sarson coming off the screen. Wow.
And a timeout on the floor. We will step aside. Black Hills within 11. The status of Butler unknown in a national semifinal.
The top players from the best schools and conferences in Black college basketball will compete for the second ever HBCU All-Star Game.
With that nosebleed, our ace play of the game kind of typifies West Liberty today.
Trap the rebounder. On the pass, go for the steal. Canada does it. You're right. That typifies how they play basketball, and it is a winning brand of basketball for sure.
Christian Montague's had a really nice game. West Liberty is 4.5 minutes away from a trip to the championship game here in Evansville. And we'll keep an eye on Butler. He's being guarded by Hayes because Scott has 4 fouls.
Yes, if Butler stays in the game and plays the rest of the game, the MVP is the trainer, Jason Coleman. If he can stop a nosebleed like that, that's big.
McKinney, late clock 3, rebound to Ragsdale. 11-point game. Approaching 4 minutes.
Cicerek's D on Scott. Very, very important. You got to double him. You got to double.
Scott. Ball tipped out. Ragsdale misses the 3. Well, he had a clean look at another one. Ragsdale. That's a 3. And a big one. And an 8-point game now. This is Woodward, who kicks. Butler. And a timeout. And I think he is bleeding still.
Yeah. There's no way they can stop that. I mean, Coleman is there trying to help him, but no, he came back in. It'll be interesting to see what the officials do here.
Well, not just blood on the floor, blood on the jersey.
Yep. Wow. Coaches see everything, right? There's the opposing coach telling the officials that he's bleeding out on the floor.
And again, the bloody nose was from a collision with his teammate, Ben Sarson.
He was coming off a screen set by Sarson, and Sarson's elbow hit him in the nose. They went down to the other end, and that's really when it started bleeding, when he was involved. Crazy stuff. Ball security, 12 turnovers. That's not bad against this team. Scott and Ragsdale scoring. It has not been there in terms of Ragsdale, but Scott's been going crazy in the second half. Forced 20 turnovers. They've only forced 12. and 5 at a time substitutions. The bench is plus 14. That's a big, big deal.
That's our ace keys to the game. And again, Bryce Butler is leaving the floor and headed to the locker room. And as they continue to clean up the trail of blood that he's left all over this floor after the initial injury, it's the second time he's gone back to the locker room. Meanwhile, that 3 by Ragsdale has brought Black Hills as close as they've been since early in the first half.
Wow. I mean, when he goes out, that changes their whole team. I know their team is deep, and they play with a 5-man substitution, and those guys are plus 14 in the game. But in the end game situation, when it's tight, he's the guy that's going to handle the ball. He's going to either score or make plays on his own. So with him out of the game, it's got to be a total team effort here, and whoever has a shot is going to take it. Very, very interesting development. Haven't seen this one.
Long stoppage and a short shot clock at 15 into the offense. Kennedy. This is Woodward. The Brit with the left hand missed it. Black Hills has the rebound. Black Hills has life.
You know how we talk about fatigue and Black Hills gets worn down? All of the stoppage of play for the Bloody Nose has helped them. They get a little bit of a rest.
Scott is absolutely manhandled in the low blocks. He was sandwiched between 2 Hilltoppers, and he's going to get to the free throw line.
He holds off the defense well, but they are, I mean, you got McKinney guarding him, and then Candidate coming. Those are both guys that are 6'2", 6'3" against this power man right here.
It's an 8-point game. Black Hills is just 14 of 25 from the free throw line. Scott hits that one. He's got 29. His season high is 31. And a little bit closer are the Yellow Jackets. Hits them both. 6-point game.
Amazing performance by Scott in the second half. You're witnessing something truly, truly outstanding by an individual player.
West Liberty. And the 3 by Montague is off. Offensive rebound. That's Woodward. Fresh 20 on the clock. McKinney. Montague rolling to the bucket. Missed it. Scott. Rebound to Black Hill State.
Hayes back in, the shooter with the basketball, your favorite guy. He's going to drift around on that 3-point line and look for something.
Cisse around the screen. Kickback. Ragsdale rising. Missed the runner. Big opportunity gone there. And now a team that thrives on getting up and getting early shots is trying to run some clock.
Very unusual for them. 6-point lead, best player out. This is the guy.
McKinney, left hand, big bucket. Quickness on quickness on 8-point lead. And you can see in semifinal appearances, the last time they were there was 2014. They had an 18-point lead for a good deal of time in this game. But Bryce Butler, their All-American, was popped in the nose by a teammate coming off a screen. They could not stop the bleeding, and he's in the locker room for the second time. And while he's been in the locker room, Black Hills has made a run. They're within 8.
2 players to watch here are number 1, McKinney in white. And, of course, Scott, number 1 in black in the paint.
Woodward leaning on Scott.
They got to double him, Rich.
The double comes. Kick out. Ragsdale. Oh, the 3 is out. Cisse with the rebound. Wide open. Takes the 3. Missed the 3. Scott. Kick. 3. Hayes. Got it. 5-point game. 1 minute left.
Offensive rebound work. Unbelievable.
An 18-point lead is down to 5. Bryce Butler for the second time out of the locker room and back in the game. They've had trouble stopping the bleeding of that nose. And it looks like at this point there is some control over that.
We thought that last time also.
A minute left in this national semifinal. West Liberty with the lead and the ball. Christian Montague with Cisse on him. This is not the way they run their offense. They are an up-tempo, 100 points a game team.
Butler keeps holding his nose, trying to keep that.
This is Butler driving, stripped.
They called a foul.
Foul.
Called a foul.
A foul with 4 on the shot clock.
Look at him. He keeps grabbing his nose to try to keep this. Right here, they pushed him.
That's Hayes who picks up his 4th.
Wow. Scott doesn't like the call.
Butler, a 67% free throw shooter.
You got to admire him. I mean, this is pretty amazing that he is back into the game like this. I mean, every couple of times he keeps holding his nose to prevent it from bleeding out on the floor again.
Missed that one. Scott has the rebound. It's a 2-possession game, 83-77. Hunting threes right now. Ragsdale is their best weapon. Cisse going to the bucket, going hard, got it up, missed it, tipped out. Great rebound by Alec West.
Man, what a great play.
And fouling at half court with 16 seconds left. And West Liberty right now in the driver's seat.
Alec West has played a remarkable game. He did 2 days ago as well. Watch him on this play. This looks like a layup. He taps it to keep it alive. And then, of course, McKinney's getting to shoot the free throws at this end.
A dozen for McKinney, and that's a big free throw. Now a 7-point lead.
Remember when Butler went out, McKinney took over and drove to the basket right away and said, listen, fellas, I'm going to help us win this game. And he does it again.
8-point lead, 16 seconds left. Almost insurmountable. Black Hills needs a 3. Cisse launches. Hits! Quick inbound, quick foul. 9 seconds left. 5-point game. And that was Scott with the foul, and that is his 5th.
What a game. What a second half for the National Player of the Year. He showed his guts and fortitude. His team was down big, and in the second half, he just refused to quit. What an admirable performance by this young man. Wow. 30 points, as high as 31, as you mentioned, Rich. And I mean, they just kept going to him and going to him and going to him, and he was a bull in the paint.
Ryan Thompson used that opportunity to get his team over there just to give them an idea of what to expect. 5-point game. Finley Woodward misses.
He's only got 4 in the game, but his defense has been very, very vital to this team.
Missed them both. They got to get a 3 up in a hurry here. Hayes is fouled. You like the foul there? I mean, I know you're up. If you're up 3, you're thinking foul, but up 5.
I don't think you need that foul. I don't think that Butler intended to foul right there.
Because if he hits these 2 free throws, then it's a 3-point game.
Right.
And then there's 5 seconds left. You can get a steal and a turnover or even a quick foul.
Virginia lost to Furman earlier in the NCAA tournament, Division I, in a situation like this where a guy tried to throw the ball long and it stayed in the air not long enough.
Well, Hayes hits the free throws. That's what he does. And this is a timeout, their final timeout for Black Hills State. They're down 3, 5 seconds left in this national.
Pressure big man on the ball so they can't throw long. Inbound.
Got to get it in. They do. And there's a quick foul with 4 seconds left. And
Notice who was inbounding the ball there?
Yeah.
Butler, right? I mean, the guy does everything for his team. And, of course, McKinney's been ice at the free throw line. That was excellent defense right there by Black Hills. I mean, it was almost a 5-second count. But you practice those situations. Sideline out of bounds, end line out of bounds, last second stuff.
He's their best free throw shooter at 80%. And as you pointed out, 6 of 7. And makes it.
No doubt. Leading scorer in the history of Black Hills right there. Best player in the history of Blackwells is on the bench. Black Hills is on the bench. That is Scott. A remarkable career. Senior this year.
Went for 30 and 13.
National Player of the Year.
$16 points for Malik McKinney. 2 big free throws for West Liberty. 5-point lead. 4 seconds left. Hayes. West Liberty, the Hilltoppers, the number 2 seed, headed to the national championship game.